Hello, my name is Susan. In my youth, I was a very keen athlete, a hurdler, but I also took part in long jump and high jump. In my later years, I found that my hips were becoming painful. Although I had been a teacher for 25 years, I spent most of my career standing up. And as I got older, that became more difficult as well. I was a home economics teacher, spent a lot of time rushing around a room looking after a practical subject, and at times I also was on the sports field with the PE teachers helping to train younger pupils in athletics. My own situation became such that as time wore on, eventually felt that I had to do something about the pain. 8 years ago, I had a full left hip replacement. After that, I felt great. It was absolutely wonderful. No pain, nothing. I felt that, my life had changed. I thought that at last somebody had done something to help this terrible, terrible pain that I'd had. I could hardly lift my foot off the floor to lift it over a curb. And when I had the hip done, it was like being given a new body, because my hip now didn't hurt at all. After that first hip, I knew probably that my second one would eventually get worse, and that proved to be the case. And on February the 6th this year, I had a full right hip replacement. This time, although I had recovered very, very well and very quickly from the first hip, the 8 years age difference made a terrific difference to how I recovered from the second one. However, I think with sheer determination, I made quite a good recovery quite quickly. After 4 weeks, I handed back my walking frame to the physiotherapy department at Spire and saw the physiotherapist twice more. On the next appointment, after I'd handed back the walking frame, he showed me how to do step-ups and how to bend down and how to rise and sit down quietly instead of flopping into a chair. And I found that then, after that, after 8 weeks, not only had I handed back the walking frame, I also handed back my crutches, because quite truthfully, I didn't need them anymore. My husband had taken me out and walked round with me on a regular basis. We went round the block to the shops and back. He helped me to discard one crutch and then both of them, and I felt after 8 weeks my legs were strong enough, my hips were strong enough that I didn't need any more assistance. My husband was excellent in the sense he made a terrific nurse. He was absolutely brilliant. So when it came to something like putting socks on, as soon as I was able to do it myself, he never helped again. And then I suddenly found myself getting dressed on my own, completely on my own, without any assistance, and I realised I was standing on one leg while I put my trousers on. And I think confidence has a lot to do with recovery. I also found that because I didn't feel any pain after the operation from the hips, only discomfort from the incision perhaps, I felt that I didn't need to take painkillers. But that's a personal thing, and I'm sure that if you need them, you take them. But I've been delighted with my progress. I now feel absolutely normal. It's absolutely wonderful to be able to walk about without any pain, without any discomfort. One important thing to remember is that my legs are now exactly the same length as each of them are the same, and the limping has all gone. If you are suffering from hip pain, get something done about it, because it is absolutely possible to get better and make a complete and utter recovery from that terrible pain. And one last thing I would say is we only have Porsche cars, and if I wanted to go to the hospital without keeping the local taxi firm in business, I had to learn how to get in a Porsche, and that is what I did after 6 weeks after this operation. And we went to the hospital, handed back equipment with me getting in and out of a Porsche on the way. So it is possible to get your mobility back and really, really make a difference to your life. I cannot tell people strongly enough how much difference it makes when you are in pain and it suddenly goes. It's the most wonderful feeling. And to be honest, Mr. Duncow gave me my life back.